This is such a fascinating story, and it keeps on trucking. The Baby Reindeer's Martha is now suing Netflix. So, Fiona Harvey, who allegedly inspired the character Martha in the hit Netflix show Baby Reindeer, is suing the streamer for defamation, negligence, and privacy violations. Fiona, who says Martha is based on her, said that Netflix told brutal lies about her to 50 million viewers around the world. Vanessa, let's start with you. What's your take on this? Because it seems like the whole thing is based on this is a true story as opposed to this is based on a true story, which they put great stall in with it.
My take on this is that once you start doing this kind of thing, it's incredibly complicated. That's why we're used to seeing the disclaimer at the front, which says, you know, any resemblance to anybody real or whatever is purely unintentional. In other words, we're not basing this on anyone real. They did the opposite thing. Well, when you do the opposite thing, of course, when you write a play or a thing, it's fictionalised. You don't write exactly what was said. That's the same thing with The Crown, you know. When the late Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh were getting into bed and even nobody knows what they really said. Nobody was there. Yeah. So, you know, you watch it as if it's real. Lots of people, it's the only time they've ever seen the story or thought about it, they think it's real. It's not really real. It's a fictionalised account. So whether the writer, Richard Gadd, thought it was real, whether to him it appeared this way, or whether they've chopped out chunks to make it quicker and, you know, make it more televisual and make the plot, you know, flow faster, which you do when you write a story. If you did, you know, a story of your own life, you wouldn't do exactly, literally, day to day, every time you had a bath and every time you had some soup. You know, you cut out some of it. So she's saying, this isn't what really happened, this isn't really me, everyone thinks it's me, it's not me, my reputation has been destroyed and defamed. I'm assuming that they will say, well, it's his interpretation of what happened. This is how he saw it. Nobody thinks it's a documentary. It's not. So, you know, you'll have to live with it. But it'd be interesting to see them battle it out.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I see it's based on a true story, it makes me want to watch it even more. If it says based on a true story, I'm not so excited. But if it just says this is a true story, I'm really excited by this. I mean, what's your take on this, Nick?
Well, let's just remind everyone what Netflix are saying. We intend to defend this matter vigorously and to stand by Richard Gadd's, the creator, Richard Gadd's right to tell his story. If we go back chronologically, Alison, you'll remember Richard Gadd, the guy who created it, said that they went to enormous steps to ensure that there would not be any identification. There was then, of course, a lot of sort of internet sleuthing or whatever it might be, and it seems that there was. Look, the woman who is claiming she is the baby, let's be careful, the woman who is claiming she is the model for Baby Reindeer, she then did seek to put herself in the public eye and did a series of interviews, or did an interview with Piers Morgan. No one really knows the reality of this, and I hope she's not enduring pain, whether she is the real Baby Reindeer or not, and I hope she is emotionally stable. But I would have thought if you're going through that, it's a questionable decision to do that TV interview. Netflix themselves, I mean, this is their second biggest show ever in the UK. Second biggest ever. So they will defend it, I'm sure. And I would have thought an organisation as professional as Netflix will have taken every possible precaution. So, again, she will go ahead with her case, the woman who claims she is Baby Reindeer, but I think Netflix are quite a setup. I'd be surprised if they're in the wrong here.
So you don't think she's going to get this $170 million?
No.
Personally, I can't see it, Alison. Again, let's tread carefully. The woman who claims she's Baby Reindeer has subsequently sought to make herself public, has given interviews. Does that speak to you of a wronged person who is suffering emotional distress? I just asked that. I put that before the court. To me, it is questionable.
Maybe you could argue that she wants to get her side of the story out there, I suppose. I mean, the lawsuit includes a photo of a background check and a certificate that claims that Ms Harvey has no criminal convictions on her record, despite the series depicting that she was sent to prison. Obviously, I don't know. I'm just asking these questions.
That's to Vanessa's point, isn't it? Based on a true story. So it is based on a true story. That doesn't mean, as I think Vanessa rightly said, or Alison, you said, we don't follow every single day that it was on a Tuesday that she went in and ordered a cup of tea and a cheese sandwich or whatever. It is based on a true story. And I do think when it comes to films, TV productions, indeed these creations of fiction, I would have thought that's quite a big let-out for the show's creators.
The problem is that old phrase, poetic licence. Yeah. You know, when you're telling a story, you've got licence to tell it in a way that makes it suitable for a film or a doc. And so that's what they probably will say that they've done.
I just go back to my original question. Though, then say based on the true story.
No, it doesn't. No, that's the problem. They don't say that. They say this is a true story. But they should have said maybe based on a true story.
I bet they will, as Nick says, have carefully researched with their
reckon?
lawyers, with their extremely expensive teams of
Imagine if she
international
gets that
lawyers.
money, though.
Whether they could,
That'd be
I would be
unbelievable.
astounded if she does.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.